you see all kinds of things out here, not necessarily whales, but our job is to come and sit and look for whales, of course, and write down information that we note about whether they do have any specific behaviors, unusual behaviors. We also write down the different kinds of dolphins that we see and other incidental whales like the fin whale we had out here earlier today. And we notice birds and everything when there's nothing else to look at. It's fun, but it's a volunteer job, and you have to have the time and patience.
And if you're interested in volunteering and doing this, I know they already had the training for this season, but what would you tell our viewers out there if this is something that interests them?
Oh, definitely show up at Cabrillo Marine Museum in October. I don't know the exact date, but they start their whale watch classes. And it gives you the background, and it's very informative and very exciting, and they introduce you and explain all kinds of things to you and all the things you might see in the ocean.
Why are you doing this? Why do you like to do this?
I have watched whales since a little girl. It was a big deal when I was growing up. My family we lived near enough to the water, and that was just something I grew up doing. I love it. I'd do it even if they didn't have this.
And how about some of the exciting things you've seen out here? I mean, I'm sure by this point you've seen breaching whales and all of that.
I've seen breaching whales. Some of the most amusing things are when the moms and the babies come, and the babies are new and they're riding on mom's tail, and they slide off and turn around and go right back where they came from, and mom has to go herd them back. That's always fun, and a lot of breaches.
I was asking you, Mona, I know you've been so involved in the community with what's going on here. Have you ever been out have you done the whale count?
Well, I haven't done the whale counting, but I used to work at Cabrillo, and I was involved in some of the tours, and we talked about it. So it was more educational tours for local community schools.
I think one thing you need is to be very patient, to be able to stare at the water for a long time.
Oh, I think I could force myself to do that.
But it's worth it when you see that fluking tail
Absolutely.
out there. Whales are just incredibly phenomenal. They have such an energy about them. The excitement for you just working with marine life like that, what do you love most about being part of this whole scene down here with the Interpretive Center?
Well, I think what's great about it for me is that it ties in my personal life with what I love to do in my work. So I'm really one of those lucky people that gets to meld both of them together.
Yeah.
So,
just for the viewers out there that haven't had a chance to come down to the Interpretive Center and take advantage of this jewel in the community, it's just spectacular with the exhibits. Kind of give a play-by-play for us of what's inside there when people do come for Whale of a Day, what they'll see.
Well, as soon as they walk into our lobby, we have a kelp forest. And it's really just an entrance into the, our waterways that we have right offside our coast here. It talks a lot about our local geology, certainly the California gray whale, and a treasured exhibit that may not be with us too much longer is our current marine land exhibit, which I know many of our locals love dearly, so that's kind of fun to come see as well. So, but above and beyond that, just looking at the static displays is wonderful and great, but to have the docents here and hear the stories and the local, lore and all the, the great stories like the ghost at the lighthouse, those are the fun things that you get when you really spend some time with the docents, and that's what makes it a good trip.
And the Interpretive Center, of course, a wonderful asset for education, but also for the community to get together. There's a beautiful community room here that you do rent out for weddings and for groups to use. And how does that all coming together? Are people taking advantage of this?
Well, that's a pretty popular place. Obviously, there's not that many pristine locations that have a view like this. So there is a community room that residents and non-residents can reserve for weddings and different special events. So it's very heavily booked, and it's a very popular spot because you can't beat this.
Right. And the room, there's a full kitchen there that's available.
Full kitchen. And great view, beautiful deck. We've got it all.
It's quite. Have you been here for some pretty fun events and seen how?
We have, and it looks spectacular during the daytime, during the nighttime. It's just amazing.
Yeah. The thing we're talking about is just the opportunity for the youth in the community, if they're interested in marine life careers, and to get an education and to be able to come down here and volunteer, or there's some youth programs?
There is, and this is a brand new program. We have a junior docent program through Los Lorenos de Point Vicente, and it's for high school age students, so freshmen up through their senior year, and they receive approximately 12 hours of training on tide pools and native plants and geology and the California gray whale. So this is a great place to start their career, and to, it's a good resume stop for those high school students. So it's a really good community event for them to get involved in.
Right. Now I know through Parks and Rec you help coordinate this event here for Whale of a Day, but Parks and Rec is doing a lot of things around the city of Rancho Palos Verdes to enhance the community and give opportunities. Other things going on, activities you might want to promote right now that for the community to get involved with?
Well, our next big one coming up, of course, is 4th of July at City Hall, and then we have a year-round program, a recreation program for developmentally disabled young adults. We provide recreation opportunities, so there's always something like that going on.
What is the most exciting and challenging part of Whale of a Day for you?
Well, I think Whale of a Day,
it doesn't rain.
Weather, of course, is always our number one, and I think probably the most challenging part is just making sure that everybody's on the same page and at the same time and ready to go for the public to come at 10 o'clock.
And it goes from 10 to 4?
10 to 4, correct.
So we just hope there's a good day. Anything you want to add as we're sort of wrapping this up about, just to let people know, again, the website, you want to give that out. If people want to have details about Whale of a Day, they should
go to whaleofaday.com.
That's simple.
That's simple.
And remember that there's not parking here available for the public on site.
Correct.
But it's just up the street on Hawthorne where City Hall is. And there'll be shuttles going regularly for the event.
Shuttles start about 9:30 for the public and 7:30 for volunteers, and the event runs 10 to 4 and March 7th, and be there.
And it's 25th annual, so it's a very special celebration. I do have one thing I'd like to add, and I know every year when I come to Whale of a Day, I always love to shop. There's so many great, wonderful shopping opportunities. In fact, one thing I bought was this gorgeous ceramic water fountain that has seashells. It's in our bathroom, and we love it. There's all kinds of
Interestingly, I have the same fountain in my house, so apparently it's a very popular item. And that's what I love about this. Forget about crowds. If you have a holiday coming up or a special thing, this is the place to buy things because they're very unique. It's from your local community, and it's the best, and the prices are very reasonable.
Absolutely. And of course, right in the gift shop in the Interpretive Center, you can shop there.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about Whale of a Day.
All right. Well, again, mark your calendar. Saturday, March 7th. It'll be a whale of a time always for Whale of a Day. And any day is a great day to come down to Point Vicente Interpretive Center. This is a fabulous place to come. Check out the view, look at the beauty around us, and just be very thankful that we have this here in our community. And thank you for watching RPV TV. That'll do it for this edition of Community Connection on Location. I'm Liz Brown-Swanson, and I hope to see you Saturday, March 7th at Whale of a Day. See you next time.